Hola, bienvenidos a la clase de español. Me llamo Señora Deirdre Bachelor. I am your child's Spanish teacher this year, and I am thrilled to be here with them as they journey through the Spanish culture and also the Spanish language. Here is my email address, which is the best way to contact me if you ever have any questions or concerns. Also, here is a link to my blog, which I will be discussing in a little bit. A little bit about my educational background. I went to the College of New Jersey for 5 years, and I came out with a master's degree in elementary and deaf and hard of hearing education, as well as with a Spanish bachelor's degree. I was in 2 honor societies, and as I've been working in Berners Township, I've enjoyed continuing my education through staff colleges. I have also become a Google educator, and I like to run different staff clinics for my colleagues, and also I ran a BTEA parent class last year for Google Classroom, and I hope to do that again. I have a daughter. Her name is Natalie. She was born in 2013, and we have a lot of fun together. I also go to different college football games with my husband. We've been to almost 10 so far, including LSU, Nebraska, and Tennessee, as well as many more. We also go to many Rutgers games throughout the year. My birthday is on Christmas Day, which is something that the kids always enjoy learning, and they can never believe it, which is always funny to me. The Berners Township World Language Department created a mission statement that highlights 3 communicative skills that we hope to instill and teach to your child as they grow in the language: interpersonal, interpretive, and presentational, which I will explain in the next slides. However, the biggest goal for me as a Spanish teacher and also for our department is to create cultural awareness and proficiency in the language. My idea of world language is that communication is key to making the world a better place. So my goal for your child is for them at the end of every year to increase the connections that they can make to others in order to learn and help and improve lives around the world and their own life. Interpersonal is a 2-way communication. So essentially it is receiving and producing messages person to person. There are lots of examples that we do every day in the classroom, and 2 of them are exchanging letters or emails and then having a verbal conversation about any topic. Interpretive skills are receiving and then interpreting a message in the target language. Therefore, it could be text to person or some sort of message that a person receives and interprets themselves. For example, we could give them an advertisement in Spanish, either on a video or on a piece of paper, and the child would use context clues and cognates and pictures to interpret the main meaning. Presentational skills are producing messages, and it is from the person who's producing the message to the world or to an outer audience. For example, it could be something like writing a personal description or even presenting a skit. In 6th grade, we go over a lot of basic topics in Spanish. The end result of 6th grade is that we want our students to be able to share information about themselves in the target language and ask for information from another person, preferably a peer. Also, they will eventually, by the end of 6th grade, be able to relay information about another person. Here are the different units we discuss. Bienvenidos, celebramos los países hispanos, yo soy único or única, y una vida saludable. In 7th grade, we expand on the topics of 6th grade and also the skills of 6th grade by learning about others and making connections to those people. We also begin relaying information about multiple people in a group. And again, we review all information of 6th grade and we reuse it throughout the year. The units are Los Héroes, Mi Familia es Única, En el Restaurante, Hogar Dulce Hogar. Spanish 1A is a combination of topics from 6th and 7th grade. So a student who is in 1A will, at the end of their career at William Annan, hopefully be at the same level as a student who is in all 3 years of Spanish at William Annan. I have extra help on Mondays from 2:45 to 2:25 to 2:45 in room 214 by appointment only. Please make sure your child gives me about a day notice so that I can make sure I'm available. There are passes available in the classroom. It is usually a review, or it can also be a preview of upcoming topics. And it's usually very helpful for the students who come. I've seen a big improvement in many students when they come, especially when they need it, or even if they just want to kind of get a little bit of support. Homework is a reinforcement of daily activities. I also use it to flip my classroom, which means that students go home and they review special topics that we then use immediately in the class the next day. There is a time limit on homework. It should be no more than 15 minutes. If that is happening and your child is spending more than 15 minutes, please either email me or send a parent note, because I really think that if it's more than 15 minutes, it means I need to give that child a little bit more one-on-one support and help. If it's a special holiday or a religious observance or an extenuating circumstance, please let me know. It will always be excused. If it's a technological homework like on Google Classroom or seeing a website or viewing a video and your internet is down or something's not working, please send a note and I will excuse it as done. It is based on completion, not on accuracy, and I always try to encourage our students to write down their homework because it's a really good skill to learn as they grow up and become more responsible. The homework policy is right here, and it also is linked to my blog. Please review it if you have any questions about anything for my homework. What does your child know? That is my goal for when I grade something. I update the grades on TAC every 2 weeks, and it is based on a point system. Many of the assignments will be one of those modes of communication that I mentioned before: interpersonal, interpretive, and presentational. An IPA is a unit assessment, and it's really something that is what we practice all throughout the unit. And it is almost impossible to study for those things because it really does depend on the effort and work that the student gives during class when doing the interpretive practice materials or the interpersonal activities with their peers, and also when they practice writing or speaking in the presentational form in class. Please be aware that using internet translators or tutors or even older siblings or people who know Spanish is a little tricky. I usually try to encourage students to use as much Spanish as they have in their brain so I can see what they know and also where they need support. Here are some suggestions to improve performance. Many parents like to support their children at home, but it is a little difficult for them if they've never taken Spanish before or if they took it a long time ago. So here are some ways that I can support your child, and also you can support your child if you feel it is necessary. And please remember that I'm available for extra help if I get prior notice and if your child gets a pass. These links have more information about what the benefits are to learning another language. The website information I have multiple websites, and I hope that throughout the school year, your child and you can find as much information as you need on those websites. On Course is where the homework portal is linked. If you don't have homework portal or if your child cannot access it, please let us know and we will support your child and you as much as possible. Google Classroom is a great resource that we love to use at William Annan, and also many of the students have used it in elementary school, and we just extend that and really use it to enrich our children as they are at home trying to envelop themselves in the language and learn more. Sixth grade actually has two Google Classrooms. One is Trabajo Hora, which is individual per class period. And then the second one is Actividades de la Clase, which is only for sixth graders, and it has every sixth grader in it, and I put different class materials that we use in class, like videos or documents or study guides. Also, seventh grade, they only have one per class, and then I have my blog link here, which has a lot of the same information as my Google Classroom, but it's going to be available at all times, whereas Google Classroom is more of a live feed and it is on a stream, so things that are posted a long time ago would be found on the bottom. One of the things I like to share with my students is why learning another language can really enrich their life and make the world a better place. So if you'd like to look at any of these links and go through it with your child and talk about and think about advantages to learning another language or having a bilingual child, I really invite you to do so. I've found that students who learn another language really become so much more well-rounded kids, and they really enjoy speaking to others and showing their skills as they move through the language into 8th grade and also beyond. So I find that the best part of my year is when I can look back and say where my students started in 6th grade, where they had absolutely no Spanish or very little, and they became students who can read authentic texts and watch authentic videos and understand what's going on. Maybe not every single word, but they can definitely get the idea of what's happening. And I feel very confident that most of our students would be able to communicate with people in another language after they've taken all 3 years of the target language at William Annan, especially our Spanish students. And I always get compliments from teachers at Ridge how our students are very ready for Ridge and they are excited to be there and ready to keep learning. If you have any questions, please click on this link to Answer Garden, and you can type in your answer and then I will be able to respond. On the Google slideshow, I will put another slide at the very end with any questions that you had and answers that I can give. And thank you so much for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoy it. I'm really looking forward to an excellent school year. Every year, I find that my students at William Annan impress me more and more, and I am always so proud of them every day and what they can do, and I am so impressed with them. So I really think that's a wonderful accolade to the community and to my colleagues at William Annan and to the district as a whole. I'm a proud member of the William Annan family, and I hope that all of you enjoy being here with us. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.